Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have a match preview for, okay, I just dropped something, for the FA Cup semi-final, Manchester City versus Chelsea. So without further ado, let's get into it. So later on at 5:30 PM, is it being shown on BBC? I don't even know. Man City face Chelsea at the Wembley Arena. Is it the at Wembley? For the FA Cup semi-final, the first fixture, the second semi-final, Leicester versus Southampton, taking place on Sunday. I think Leicester will go through. They got a little bit more of a stronger squad personally, so I think Leicester will be playing either Manchester City or Chelsea in the final, which I still can't tell. I'm a Chelsea fan. I want to be optimistic, but City do have a good squad, but they've not been particularly convincing against Borussia Dortmund. Leeds United, they lost. And the other Borussia Dortmund game as well, they only just about won. They could have lost if Jude Bellingham didn't get that stupid goal disallowed. He didn't touch Edison. Now, we all know that Pep Guardiola is probably one of the biggest and smartest, big brain, smart masterminds of world football. And we all know that he passes it around, waiting to exploit the gaps in behind and around the defence of the team. They just keep passing and 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 passing until the gaps appear, and then they can penetrate, shoot from distance. And also, it's fullbacks. They sort of play as like attacking midfielders when they're in the ball as well. So if we can counter, then I think that's going to definitely play to our advantage. But today we're going to talk about the injuries, the suspensions, the predicted lineups, and everything you need to know about the game later on. So without further ado, let's get into the injuries and suspensions. So for Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel finished his press conference just a minute ago for me, but for you yesterday, and ruled out Matteo Kovacic and Andreas Christensen for the match, which is a little bit of a blow for Matteo Kovacic, although no one was really expecting him to be fit for this game after missing out against Porto. And also Andreas Christensen, he missed the Porto game. He also missed the Crystal Palace game due to, I'm not even sure what it is. I don't know if they've said what the injury or why he's ill or why he's not present. What's the word for not present? Absent. Nearly looked it up. The word's absent. And we don't currently have any suspensions at all. And for Manchester City, the main one is Sergio Aguero. Although he hasn't played for the majority of the season, he's been ruled out of the game. They could go with Gabriel Jesus, or they could do what they've done for the majority of the season and play with us almost false nine, which Thomas Tuchel could be doing with Kai Havertz. You have to see what I think if you stay to the end of the video. But they'll probably go with like false nine, or like maybe Kevin De Bruyne. That's what they did against us last time. Maybe us 3-0. Or maybe Raheem Sterling or Bernardo Silva or Riyad Mahrez. They all interchange in the attack and it works pretty well. And that's why they're dominating the league this season. Chelsea come off a win against Porto. Not a loss against Porto, actually. We technically lost 1-0. But we weren't going out to win. We weren't going out to draw. We were just going out not to concede. And we did concede a spectacular goal towards the end. But that deserves to win any game. So I'm not mad at all. But anyway, we go through on aggregate. So we did technically win. Or we did technically lose, but it doesn't really count in my books. And Manchester City come off a win against Borussia Dortmund on aggregate. I think it was 4-2 in the end. They basically battered them in the end. But it was close, especially in the first leg, which they only just won. But they did lose against Leeds the other day. Stuart Dallas coming in clutch for the fantasy team. So as we get into the lineup, no surprises here. 3-4-2-1 sort of thing. You know how it is. You know what it is. I'm not American. Don't know why I'm saying that. But you know what formation Tommy Tuchel will go out with. And it's no surprise that I'm going with the 3-4-2-1. In goal, no surprises yet again. Edouard, Mendy. Had a little bit of a... I'm not going to lie. Something might have come out the rear end of my body when he did pass it to Jesus Corona. If it wasn't for Jorginho to get a vital block / scrambling in the way, and it did go wide in the end, but he just passed it straight to Corona, and he could have finished us there. Well, not finished it, but he could have gone in, and it would have been very bad. Very bad. However, he didn't really have to be troubled too much for the rest of the game, and has made some very good saves recently, and he's actually got a very, very, very good clean sheet record for Chelsea, which is probably mainly down to the defence. But without him, with Kepa in goal, I think we probably would have conceded a lot more goals than we would have if we didn't replace him. Right centre-back, no surprises yet again, 3 out of 3. The formation, Edouard, Mendy and Cesar Azpilicueta, I'm 100% confident in. Azpilicueta always plays right centre-back. He's probably one of the best in the world in that position. He's so experienced. He's one of the better captains, I think, in the Premier League. I'm probably biased here, looking at it with blue tinted glasses, but he is a very good captain, wants the team to win, wants to win every game, has a very good attitude, and I'm glad he's our captain. In the middle, Tiago Silva, also a very experienced defender, come from Brazil, or he's Brazilian. He's gone around a lot of Europe. He played in Portugal, actually played in Russia. Did you know? He actually got tuberculosis, which is not good, but he recovered from that, and now he's bossing the game in the Premier League. He is apparently going to be fit, according to Thomas Tuchel, and I think Chelsea will need his experience in defence for the match today. Left centre-back, Antonio Rudiger. I'm confident in this defence. If it's not Rudiger, then it'll be Zuma. Rudiger, Zuma and Christensen seem to be rotating quite a bit recently, but I think Rudiger is probably my first choice left centre-back, and these three, screening the goalkeeper and Edouard Mendy, is probably my first choice defence. Reece James at right wing back for me. No Callum, Hudson, Odoi in sight, although we did play very well with him in the squad when we beat Crystal Palace 4-1 the other week. That was a very, very good performance. That game week Manchester City lost to Leeds and we battered Crystal Palace. Absolutely brilliant performance. If we can do that, the same thing again, I think we do have a shout of going through, though it will be difficult. Left wing back, my first choice left wing back, Benjamin Chilwell, came in for big bucks, £50 million. Don't think he's really lived up to that price tag, but no one's talking about, which is good. Cost more than Timo Werner, remember? More than Timo Werner. But Thomas Tuchel seemed to prefer Marcus Alonso for a while because he is pretty good going forwards. But after that West Brom defeat, I think Marcus Alonso just reinstated that he's not good at defending and reminded Thomas Tuchel that Ben Chilwell's in the squad for a reason. In the midfield, we know Matteo Kovacic will be injured and he's not going to feature. And Billy Gilmour, although Thomas Tuchel did talk a little bit about him in the press conference, I don't think it's anything to get excited about. So N'Golo Kante and Jorginho will be my midfield. I think Billy Gilmour could come off the bench maybe to replace N'Golo Kante if he's not fully fit, because he's still not he's not 100% fit. He did pick up an injury on international duty and wasn't really being expected to play the whole game against Porto, or probably the whole game today either. So Billy Gilmour may come off the bench for him. And if N'Golo Kante does get injured, hopefully he doesn't, either Mason Mount will go into the midfield next to Jorginho, or Billy Gilmour will come on in his place. The midfield of Jorginho and Kante worked so brilliantly well against Porto, and they really knew when to pass it around, knew when to drive forwards. N'Golo Kante is not a linear player. He's quadrilateral. Quadratic. He's a quadratic graph, maybe even reciprocal, if you know what I'm saying. He's dynamic. He's got a really good pass, which goes under the radar. He's obviously covers every single blade of grass, got insane stamina. He's always running around. He's rapid too. He's good at dribbling because of his low center of gravity. He can dodge. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, he can do that every day of the week. And he's just one of the most complete midfielders in the world, in my opinion. And now for the two attacking supporting midfielders, supporting the striker or false nine, you have to see who I go out with. I've gone with Mason Mount. I think he's probably a no-brainer. I think he's probably one of the first names on the team sheet for Thomas Tuchel. And next to him, I've gone with Timo Werner and not Christian Pulisic. Now, this may shock some of you, but I think Thomas Tuchel knows that Man City will be looking to pass it around the whole entire game pretty much, wait for gaps to open. But with our defence and with our midfield and our wing backs probably staying back, we'll be able to lock down the defence on our half, meaning that City can't go through the gaps and exploit the spaces with their tricky players. And instead, we'll look to go and counter forwards like Leeds United and Stuart Dallas did. They go 100 miles an hour when you play Leeds United, and obviously it worked against Manchester City. And the pace of Timo Werner, okay, yes, Christian Pulisic is rapid as well, but he's played the last 4 or 5 games, so won't be up to the same speed as Timo Werner. Mason Mount could be dropped, but I don't really see him being dropped. Not from none other than the centre forward, false nine sort of thing, Kai Havertz. Like I said, he's a lot faster than Olivier Giroud, and if we're going to be using a sort of counter-attacking performance to our advantage, then we're gonna want the more agile. Just he can run, whereas Olivier Giroud, he only runs with one leg really. He's not very fast. Let's all be honest. He's not fast. Kai Havertz can be fast when he wants to. He can also get ahead on the ball. He's a decent header of the ball. Probably not as good as Oli Giroud, but definitely can learn a thing or two from Oli. And also, lastly, he's very good at exploiting space in behind. His runs are perfect. He knows exactly when to time them. And he said he feels really free in that false nine position, which is exactly what Thomas Tuchel will be asking of him to do for today, so we can beat Pep Guardiola and Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final to get to the final at Wembley. Anyway, that is all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Comment your prediction in the comments, and if you get the prediction right, I'll shout you out in the match review and in every single video next week, because none of you never do it. But if you predict it right, then I'll give you a shout out, you know, in front of a couple hundred people. No big deal. But anyway, that was for today. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new out here. And goodbye.